Hey there, my name is Alex. I'm a certified fitness trainer, and today I want to talk to you about something that almost everyone struggles with: getting rid of belly fat and building those six-pack abs. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, sucked your stomach in, and thought, if only I could keep it this way all the time? You're not alone. In fact, studies show that belly fat is one of the most stubborn types of fat in the body, and millions of people are fighting it every single day. But here's the truth. It's not just about looking good at the beach. A flat stomach and a strong core mean better posture, more strength, less back pain, and a confidence boost that can literally change the way you carry yourself in life. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which exercises actually work, which foods are secretly keeping you from getting abs, and the one mistake that most people never realize they're making. Stick with me because this might just be the turning point in your fitness journey. So let's talk about why having a flat stomach and visible abs actually matters. And no, it's not just about looking ripped in pictures or showing off at the beach. Although that's a nice bonus, the real importance goes much deeper. A strong, lean core is the foundation of your entire body. Every movement you do, walking, running, lifting weights, even standing tall, starts from the core. Without a solid midsection, your body is like a house built on weak ground. Think about this. Have you ever experienced lower back pain after sitting all day or felt tired when standing for long periods? That's often because your core isn't strong enough to support you. Strengthening your abs doesn't just make you look fit, it protects your spine, improves your posture, and even helps with balance and stability. That means fewer injuries, more power in your workouts, and more energy in daily life. And let's be real here. When your stomach is flat, you naturally feel more confident. Clothes fit better. You don't feel like you have to hide behind baggy shirts, and you carry yourself differently. Confidence shows, and people notice it. But there's also the health side. Excess belly fat is linked to heart disease, diabetes, and poor metabolic health. So by targeting your abs and cutting that stubborn fat, you're not just transforming how you look, you're literally improving your long-term health and quality of life. Here's the exciting part. Most people think it takes endless crunches or starving diets, but that's not true. In the next section, I'm going to expose the biggest mistakes people make when trying to get abs, and you might be guilty of a few of them without even realizing it. Now, let's get into the mistakes that hold most people back from ever seeing their abs. And trust me, I've seen these over and over again with clients at the gym. The first big mistake is believing that doing hundreds of crunches every single day will magically burn belly fat. I hate to break it to you, but spot reduction doesn't work. You can train your abs until they're sore, but if there's still a layer of fat covering them, you'll never see those muscles. Abs are built in the gym, yes, but they're revealed in the kitchen. The second mistake is relying on crash diets or starving yourself. You might lose weight quickly, but what usually happens? The moment you start eating normally again, the weight piles back on, and sometimes even more than before. Plus, when you starve yourself, you're not just losing fat, you're losing muscle too. That slows down your metabolism and makes it even harder to burn fat in the long run. Another huge mistake is putting all your hope into supplements. Fat burners, detox teas, magic powders, they promise fast results, but honestly, most of them are just marketing gimmicks. They might give you a little boost, but they're never a replacement for real training and nutrition. And let's not forget about cardio. Some people spend hours on the treadmill thinking that's the only way to burn fat. Don't get me wrong, cardio helps, but relying only on cardio without strength training is a recipe for disappointment. Alright, before we dive into the best exercises, let's clear up one thing most people misunderstand. Your core is not just your six-pack. When people think of abs, they usually imagine those front muscles, the rectus abdominis, the ones you see in fitness magazines, but the core is way more than that. It's like the engine room of your body, a group of muscles working together to keep you strong, stable, and balanced. You've got your obliques on the sides, which help with twisting and bending. Then there are the deep core muscles, like the transverse abdominis, which act almost like a natural weightlifting belt, keeping your spine supported and your stomach tight. Don't forget the lower back muscles and even the glutes. Yes, your glutes are part of the core team. Without them, your midsection isn't complete. Think of it this way. If your core were a car, your six-pack would just be the hood. Nice to look at, but the real power comes from the engine underneath. When you train your core properly, you're not just chasing looks. You're building strength that carries into every workout and every daily movement. So if your goal is a flat stomach and defined abs, you need to train the entire core, not just the front muscles. And that's exactly what we're going to do. In the next section, I'll walk you through some of the best core exercises that actually work, and the best part is, you can do most of them anywhere. Alright, it's time to get into the fun part, the exercises that actually build a flat stomach and strong core. And remember, it's not about doing endless crunches, it's about picking the right moves that hit all areas of your core. Let's start with 3 powerful exercises that I make almost all my clients do. First up, the plank. Now I know you've Probably heard of planks before, but the truth is, when done correctly, they are one of the most effective core builders out there. The key is to keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag, and don't push your butt too high. Imagine squeezing your abs as if someone's about to punch you in the stomach. Start with 20 to 30 seconds. Then, build up. You'll be surprised how quickly your strength improves. Next, let's talk about leg raises. This one targets those lower abs that are the hardest to reveal. Lie flat on your back, keep your legs straight, and slowly lift them up toward the ceiling. Then lower them back down without letting your feet touch the floor. Control is everything here. If you just swing your legs, you're wasting energy. But if you move slow and controlled, your lower abs will be on fire in no time. The third move is mountain climbers, and trust me, these are way more challenging than they look. Start in a push-up position and drive your knees toward your chest one at a time, like you're running horizontally. This exercise doesn't just hit your abs, it also cranks up your heart rate, which means more fat burn while you're building muscle. The best part about these 3 exercises is that you don't need any fancy equipment. You can do them at home, at the gym, even in your living room. Just 3 moves, done consistently, can make a huge difference in your core strength and definition. But we're not stopping here. In the next section, I'm going to show you the second set of exercises, a little more advanced, but incredibly effective for carving out those 6-pack abs. Stick with me, because these are the moves that separate average results from amazing ones. Now that we've covered the basics, let's level up with some more advanced exercises. These are the ones that really sculpt and define your abs once you've built a foundation. They're challenging, but if you stick with them, the results are absolutely worth it. First on the list is hanging knee raises. If your gym has a pull-up bar, this exercise is gold. Hang from the bar with your arms straight, keep your body steady, and then slowly lift your knees toward your chest. Don't just swing your legs. Control the movement and squeeze your abs at the top. You'll feel your lower abs working harder than ever. If you want an extra challenge, try straight leg raises instead of bending your knees. Next, let's talk about the ab rollout. You can do this with an ab wheel or even a barbell with plates. Start on your knees, grip the wheel or barbell, and slowly roll it forward as far as you can while keeping your core tight, then pull it back in. This move is brutal, but it builds insane strength in your entire core, including those deep stabilizing muscles. Trust me, you'll know it's working. After just a few reps, another killer move is the bicycle crunch. Lie on your back, hands behind your head, and bring your elbow to the opposite knee while extending the other leg out, like you're pedaling a bike in the air. The twist activates your obliques while the pedaling motion keeps your entire core engaged. The secret is to move slow and controlled instead of rushing through. And here's a bonus one for you. Side planks. They look simple, but they target your obliques like nothing else. Balance on one elbow, stack your feet, and hold your body in a straight line. If you want to spice it up, try lifting your top leg while holding the plank. That will really test your stability. With these advanced moves added to the basics, you've got a complete toolkit for building a strong, defined core. But remember, even the best exercises won't show results if your diet is holding you back. And that's where most people fail. So in the next section, we'll talk about the foods you absolutely need to avoid if you're serious about getting that flat stomach and 6-pack abs. Alright, now let's get real about the number one thing that can ruin all your hard work in the gym. Food. You've heard the saying before, abs are made in the kitchen, and it's true. You can train like a beast, but if your diet is filled with the wrong foods, those abs will stay hidden forever. So let's go over the first set of foods you absolutely need to avoid. First up, sugary drinks, sodas, energy drinks. Those so-called fruit juices loaded with sugar. They are all liquid calories that add fat around your stomach without giving your body anything useful. The problem is, because they're liquid, you don't even feel full, so you end up consuming hundreds of extra calories without realizing it. Next on the list is fast food and fried food. Burgers, fries, pizzas, fried chicken. They taste amazing in the moment, but they're loaded with unhealthy fats, sodium, and empty calories. Not only do they block your progress, but they also mess with your energy levels, leaving you feeling sluggish and bloated. And then there are processed snacks, chips, cookies, biscuits, packaged crackers. These foods are designed to make you crave more and more. They spike your blood sugar, crash your energy, and encourage fat storage, especially around the belly area. Now, don't get me wrong, having a treat once in a while won't ruin your progress. But if these foods are a regular part of your diet, no amount of ab training will ever reveal your 6-pack. In the next section, I'll expose the sneaky healthy foods that are actually keeping your abs hidden. You'll be surprised at how many people fall into this trap without even knowing it. Now, here's where it gets tricky. We've all heard about junk food being bad. But what about the foods that are marketed as healthy and still secretly block your progress? These are the sneaky ones you really need to watch out for if you want ABS. Let's start with flavored yogurts. They look healthy because, hey, yogurt is good for you. right? But flip the label, and most of these little cups are packed with sugar. Some have as much sugar as a candy bar. If you want yogurt, stick to plain Greek yogurt and add your own fresh fruit for flavor. Next up are cereals. This one catches so many people off guard. You see the box that says whole grain or fortified with vitamins, and you think it's a solid breakfast choice. But most cereals are just sugar bombs in disguise. They give you a quick energy spike, followed by a crash that leaves you craving more food within an hour. Not exactly a beef-friendly. And let's not forget about energy bars and protein bars. Don't be fooled by the packaging. Many of these bars are nothing more than glorified candy bars with a bit of protein thrown in. Some even contain corn syrup and artificial sweeteners that mess with your metabolism. The point here is simple. Just because something is sold as healthy doesn't mean it's good for your abs. Always check labels, watch out for hidden sugars, and stick to real, whole foods as much as possible. Now, training and diet are the two big pieces of the puzzle. But there's one more factor that most people completely overlook. And without it, even the best workout and cleanest diet won't give you the results you want. That's what we're diving into next. Alright, so you've got the workouts and you've got the diet. But here's the deal, if your lifestyle habits are working against you, those abs will still stay hidden. Most people underestimate how much daily habits affect fat loss and muscle definition. But start with sleep. If you're not sleeping enough, your body produces more cortisol, the stress hormone that encourages fat storage, especially around the belly. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how much more you crave junk food when you're tired? That's not just in your head, it's your body's way of looking for quick energy. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep if you're serious about getting results. Next is hydration. Water is like the cheapest fat loss supplement you'll ever find. When you're dehydrated, your metabolism slows down, your workouts feel harder, and your body holds on to water weight. Simply drinking enough water can make your stomach look flatter within days. And here's another big one. Stress. Daily stress from work, relationships, or life in general can sabotage your progress. Stress hormones trigger cravings and fat storage. That's why finding ways to manage stress, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or even a simple walk, is so important for fat loss and muscle growth. So don't just think about what you eat or how you train. Pay attention to your lifestyle too. Fix these habits and you'll be amazed how much faster your ABS start to show. Now if you're finding this video helpful so far, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming workouts and nutrition tips. Your support really helps me keep creating content for you. And here's the deal, in just a moment, I'm going to share the #1 secret that most people completely miss when training abs. This single tip could be the difference between struggling for years or finally achieving that flat stomach and six-pack you've always wanted. Alright, you've stuck with me until the end. So here it is, the one secret that almost everyone overlooks when it comes to abs: consistency. I know it sounds simple, maybe even boring, but this is the real game changer. Most people start strong, do a few workouts, eat clean for a week or two, and then give up when they don't see instant results. But ABS don't work like that. They take time, discipline, and a steady commitment to the process. Here's the truth. If you combine the right exercises, avoid the wrong foods, build better habits, and stay consistent, your ABS will come. It won't be overnight, but every workout, every healthy meal, every glass of water, and every good night of sleep is a step closer. And when that moment comes, when you finally see definition in the mirror, the hard work will feel worth it. So don't chase shortcuts. Trust the process, stay consistent, and you'll not only get the abs you want, but you'll build strength, health, and confidence that last a lifetime. Now go out there, put this into action, and remember, I'll be right here to guide you every step of the way.